Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's your favourite randomised gaming host, Random Gamer Riven here. Just a brief introduction. I'm not going to talk over the actual gameplay itself because I want you to showcase the arranged soundtrack this version comes with. But this is Street Fighter II The World Warriors, the original arcade game, and this is the Sega Saturn version of it, which is probably, I feel, still the best version, best home conversion released. It's still fantastic to play. And if you're unfortunate enough, like me, to have played the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection on PS4 last week, then you will probably guess why I've come back to this Sega Saturn port, because this is sublime, an original recoded version of the game. Sure, there are a couple of changes people may not like. Certainly the screen size has been slightly reduced due to the Sega Saturn not using the same resolution as the arcade, and one or two other minor changes. But as ports go, this is by far one of the best, and maybe some slight argument that the PlayStation version may have slight advantage because I think that could use the same resolution as the arcade, but it is pretty much flawless, and you have the wonderful Saturn controller. On top of that, this version includes a wonderful art gallery, whole host of other extras, and an arranged soundtrack that you'll be able to hear. And unlike the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, it's not full of sound lag, slow down, and weird and wonderful glitches that simply shouldn't be present in this version. Just to briefly explain about this video, I'm going to do a full long play or playthrough as Ryu. I'm not going to speak during that, but I will then, after we've done the full long play as Ryu, and I did it myself, one credit clear. It's been a while since I've actually one credit cleared Street Fighter 2, so it felt quite good. We're going to show you the extras from the Street Fighter 2 section of this collection, and it's actually going to be quite nice to look at all the art that they included, along with a few of the extra content that was actually in the Japanese release that was strangely cut for the Western release. Now, Capcom Generation V in the West was renamed Street Fighter 2 Collection, and it was only released on the PlayStation in the West because, of course, by then the Saturn was at death's door in the Western markets. But what's interesting is they did cut out a number of the extras, so you will see there's a profile scene and an additional sort of, I think, design sequence that was actually removed. They didn't bother to translate, so they just took it out for the Western release, which is a bit naff. Admittedly, it's all in Japanese, but at least if anyone here can read Japanese, they're very welcome to translate it. And that's all I'm going to say at this part. I will provide a brief rundown of some of the extras in the extra section, but that will be after the long play.
USA. Round one, fight! Hadouken! 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 Perfect. Japan. Round 1. Fight! Hadouken! You win! Round 2. Fight! Hadouken! You win! India. Round 1. Fight! You win! Round 2. Fight! Hadouken! 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 Yoga fire! Hadouken! 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 You win! Perfect. USA. Round 1. Fight! Hadouken! You win! Round 2. Fight! Hadouken! Hadouken! You win! USSR. Round 1. Fight! You win! Perfect! Fight! You lose! Round 3, fight! You win! Brazil! Round 1, fight! You win! Round 2, fight! You win! China! Round 1, fight! You win! Round 2, fight! USA. Round 1. Fight! You win! Perfect! Round 2. Fight! You win! Spain! Round 1. Fight! You lose! Round 2. Fight! You win! Round 3. Fight! You win! Island. Round 1. Fight! You win! Round 2. Fight! You lose! Round 3. 3, fight! You win! Perfect! Round 1, fight! You win! Round 2, fight! You win!
So I hope you enjoyed that long play as much as I enjoyed actually playing through it. It's still a timeless game, Street Fighter 2, and it is sometimes the simplicity is actually quite nice about Street Fighter 2. Some of the later games like Street Fighter 3, 4, 5 do overcomplicate it, although not that Street Fighter 5 is particularly very good. If there's one game they could retcon out the franchise, that would be Street Fighter 5. So this is the art gallery, and basically the whole extra gallery. There's quite a lot here. I'm only going to show you the content under the Street Fighter 2 label, so I won't show you anything under the Hyper Fighters or Championship Edition and Turbo, but I will show you everything under Street Fighter 2, and that also includes, you'll notice there's two art galleries. So one of the galleries is actually a secret gallery, and when you unlock it, it actually contains all the Super Street Fighter 2 artwork. And the reason for that is that the original Street Fighter collection did not contain any of the artwork for Super Street Fighter 2 or Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So this collection includes it all as a nice package to complement that one, on top of adding the 3 missing games, because the original Street Fighter collection only includes Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It was also Street Fighter Zero Dash. It was a slightly weird thing, the Street Fighter collection. It's basically the second game of Alpha and the 2 later Street Fighter 2s. It wasn't all the Street Fighter 2s, which would been nice, and it wasn't like all the Alphas at that point. So it was a little bit of an odd mix, but it was still a great collection. Now I don't want to chat too much more. Just for the record, the Profile section and the Etc. section are the 2 sections that are actually cut from the Western release. One of them shows you, I think, storyboards and design clips towards perhaps how the game is supposed to implement, and the other one gives you just a rundown on the original release of Street Fighter 2, which both of them quite nice. Both of them clearly Capcom US, Europe couldn't be bothered to translate them, so it's a real shame they're actually cut. Anyway, I won't say any more, and I will leave you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the music. That is really, really great. All the Capcom Generation games actually use this music track, and it's just so wonderful to relax to and listen to. Oh, and one final point as always, if you like this video, please do hit that like button, and please do hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. you